ReZero Season 3 Episode 59 opens itself up by doing what anime does best: fan service. By revealing our favorite masochistic waifu, Priscilla. Even Liliana is beyond disbelief. It may have unlocked a new genre within Liliana, seeing the curves of a real woman that no lolly-sized woman can ever dream of. To make a new hit with those beautiful curves, that includes WAP! While Subaru is out with sidekicking doors down with Reinhard to save his women from NTR greed, Priscilla has her own role to play with the lolly soul healer of Anastasia comes busting in like,
while you ladies
are getting ready to romp shake, y'all gotta make sure I survive and protect the government building before I see that
crazy,
delusional, serious wrath again. Although Priscilla revealed more than what many men will ever hope to see in real life, what Priscilla and Anastasia confirms is the trust and mistrust of our tin-can night owl. He's trustworthy enough to have Priscilla's trust in protecting Anastasia, but he knows way more than what he's letting on and telling her, like regarding the Sin Archbishops. It's kind of an odd relationship for someone in a powerful position like Priscilla that has a knight protecting her, even though he's shrouded in all of this mystery. It looks like Anastasia and Julius have their own little mystery going on as well. Sadly, with clothes back on, it's time to head back to the plot. For this video, we are going to be covering ReZero Season 3, Episode 59, Honsen Toshi. The Sin Archbishops feel like they have all the leverage in getting the Tome of Wisdom, the artificial spirit, who is presumably Beatrice, the witch's corpse, and Amelia getting NTR'd. However, the good guys may have lost the first battle, but they have a plan to win the war. This is the episode where the good guys meet face to face with the bad guys. Otto is off to try to retrieve the Tome of Wisdom, who is trying to restore the burned contents of one of the Tome of Wisdoms. And who does he run into? Felt. And who does she run into? One of the gluttonies. Lie. Button Kaidos. All the while, Wilhelm and Garfield run towards... What the f is that? It's the gloopy shapeshifter, a Subaru's worst nightmare. Sin Archbishop Lust Capella. And who are the two that are accompanying her? The two masked corpses. One of them is the 8 Arms Kurgan, who is Valakia's Empire Psycho no Kenshi. The other masked cultist is Wilhelm's wife, Teresa von Austria, with Wilhelm's vengeance on the line to relieve his wife's soul from abomination. And the gorgeous tiger getting revenge for his Mimi. 2 versus 3. Ain't no thing for these two who have so much on the line. In an episode where clothes just keeps coming off, Kurgan takes off his clothes, but it's not the kind of skin we wanted it to see. And Wilhelm's wife goes clink for clink with him. After a devastating slash to his wife, it reveals the red-headed ex-master swordsman's face. Will Wilhelm really be able to take down his own wife with all of those emotions welling up inside? Well, let's just transition all that. It's now the masochistic princess and the singing lolly's turn to have at it with one of the Sin Archbishops. And of course, it is Liliana, who is worried about her man chaser, Kiritaka, who totally went MIA after helping Anastasia and the others. Just as Priscilla and Liliana discuss what really happened earlier with the other 9 Council of 10 members being off, that wasn't really the witch's cult's doing. We got some serious wrath going on here. It's the perfect energy to match the masochistic Kiss My Feet Priscilla. And before we get to see a fight of a couple of crazy women, it's now back to the MC with the super duper red-headed OP sidekick. Regulus is all of us in insulting Subaru. Amelia picked that and not him, the redhead at least. And dishing it back is Reinhard, who tells NTR-san all about the Austria family sword, which is the strongest sword known to mankind. It only unsheaths for a worthy opponent. And oh, what is that? It doesn't unsheath for NTR weaklings. We are all Subaru and witnessing this burn. When you can't be the man like Subaru, make sure you bring a real one like Reinhard. Like any bad guy NTR kidnapping bastard, it's time to use leverage. That is the ultimate ability of an NTR villain, and it's called blackmail.
Do as I say.
Or these bitches gonna get it. Cause I got more of them either way, like number 79 right here.
No, you don't.
Amelia thinks that giving Regulus cold feet will stop a man with fiery anger, and then decides to choke a bitch. This is what happens when a harem goes wrong. You gotta put these females in their place. Is this gonna be another moment where our MC Subaru is going to witness another travesty happen right before him? But he forgot about his OP sidekick, who was there with him to help negotiate in return for being blasted one time.
Our deal
Is over, while Reinhard is dead on the ground. But Regulus doesn't know that teamwork makes the dream work, and he rushes towards Regulus, and then your boy Reinhard pulls a Subaru from beyond the grave. As Subaru rushes in with Reinhard's big ass sword to whip number 184 into his arms, while Reinhard does the heavy lifting, like beating up NTR Greed. As he dashes towards Regulus, Amelia hands Reinhard an assist of ice, and you know what that means. Regulus goes kaboom. We are back with the one and only Otto with Felt, the dudes that were supposed to watch after her, and a couple of Kiritaka's guards, facing against one of the gluttonies and Lai Button Kaidos. Lai wants the judgment of that hero that talked all that smack over the microphone, and like a merchant negotiator Otto is a deal to bring gluttony to the hero. But gluttony ain't no chump, stupid brain fool, as he knows merchants, just like Otto, are all full of gluttonous bullshit, and so he goes to attack Otto. However, one man is one with nature, and his name is Otto. And then he summons 2 Gyarados. While Lai has to fight a bunch of backup fighters and Gyarados, it is now Julius and Ricardo's turn to take action to fight Gluttony Roy. Their choice of action: go all out. Nothing can stop Julius's colors. However, that's not exactly a face that seems worried, and so this fight scene will be postponed. And so, back at it again with a reunion between Subaru and Amelia, with the real man holding her in his arms. That's right, Amelia is only going to marry someone she actually loves. And who she loves is...
Oh my god!
Your leg!
Oh my god!
Your abs. Of course, Reinhard has hacks, so by the divine protection of some Phoenix bullshit, his revival skill is even better than Subaru's toxic one. Look at these women. Can you truly fix those traumatized and brainwashed? That's right, you can't. Regulus once again comes out of the rubble just to get kicked again. Reinhard will play invincibility with invincibility, while Subaru, Amelia, number 184, and their brainwashed wives have to come up with some strategy, but the brainwashing involves breaking the brainwashing, which is way harder than just slapping some sense into them, which leads to Subaru trying to make a change of plans with Reinhard while he's beating the crap out of Regulus over and over. Wait, how are they communicating again? Oh yeah, cause Reinhard is hacks. Plan B it is, and so Reinhard blasts Regulus into the air, far, far away. Reinhard is such a fun character because when the story involves him specifically, the story has to be creative because he is OP. The Reinhard and Subaru tandem is really the perfect balance. I would like to say brains and bronze, but really, that's kind of like by default. Reinhard is right. What they decided in that previous episode, that Subaru and Reinhard will look out for each other's weak spots. Because what does Subaru lack? As an MC, he lacks that power, which naturally makes Reinhard be that one. And Regulus is the perfect enemy for them to fight because he's kind of invincible, which is perfect. So now it gives Subaru and Amelia something else to do to try to figure out how to defeat him. It's kind of like when Juicy fought Pandora and Regulus in that backstory, and Juicy eventually started to gas out. We are back at that clanking. Can an old man take down his beautiful corpse of a wife? And can Garfield? What the hell kind of move was that, Garfield? He got in the stomach. And who does he see? Elsa again? I guess killer boobies make you ponder about your own ineptness. Just as Garfield was about to hit his ultimate shonen stride, the gloopy lust falls on top of him. And here we are at the cliffhanger of the episode with the very last scene. We are at the bedside of Krush and Felis, with Capella one step ahead of everyone as she enters the room, taunting Felis and Krush. What can a dude chick healer do in this situation with Krush, who is still being held back by Capella's dragon blood? While it looked like the good guys had the advantageous situation, no. Capella said lust. That was a great cliffhanger. This is one of those action-packed episodes where it's not really about the story, it's all about the action and what's going on at each fight, which is amazing. Which is great for ReZero because we haven't had this massive of a fight since like the end of season 1 that involves so many different people. When it comes to these fights though, it really does come down to the mystery. We don't really know how Otto, Felt, and the others are gonna handle Lai, as these are probably the weakest of the bunch of characters that have to fight a Sin Archbishop. Well, at least one of the Sin Archbishops, so maybe they might be a little bit weaker. What makes that fight interesting is Otto and all the other characters are not strong characters, so they are gonna have to use their brains. And Otto is really gonna have to use as many animals as he can. We don't really know what's gonna happen between Julius, Ricardo versus Roy. And with that lust gloopy thing that jumped on Garfield, we don't really know what that means exactly yet either. And with the fight against Regulus, that is going to be a challenging one, but in a different way, unlike the other fights, because it's about discovering the weakness within Regulus. So rather than Reinhard simply smashing him over and over, no matter how satisfying it is, that's going to be another strategy that they have to come up with to defeat that particular villain. But overall, all the scenes against Regulus have to be the most funniest. Reinhard still has to be the most fun character to utilize in this story. This episode did need some comedic relief, so it totally makes sense to use Reinhard as that character because no one is a danger to him. And we can't forget about what happened at the beginning of this episode. I did not expect to see curves right out of the gate, but with another fight between Sirius and Priscilla, we got two crazy women about to go at it. Their fight is almost as straightforward as Ricardo Julius versus that Roy fight. So it's gonna be fun to see Priscilla go more all out against a villain where Liliana is there to help quell her wrath ability. Some people might have been critical of the previous few episodes, but you just gotta respect the setup, because without a proper build-up, the payoff won't feel the same. And we can see it from afar away, they're gonna have to fight these Sin Archbishops. So having those few episodes, building back up Subaru, bringing all the allies back together to have a strategy to fight against them, you know we're gonna get an epic banger. And this episode right here, I mean, was it not freaking exciting? So yeah, we are in the middle of that payoff. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode of ReZero Season 3, Episode 9. And do me a favor guys, hit the like button if you hate NTR. And subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusin.com. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.